paradise will drink alcohol. Ah, in heaven there is no beer. That is why they are drinking all the beer here. When you drink it, you begin to fly like an aeroplane.
Hey, please let us watch this 3 minutes 39 seconds video. I might fast forward it. And you can go. If you comment Lori, you're going to tell me so let us listen to it first.
We are not permitted to drink alcohol in this world. But in paradise, we will drink alcohol. Ah, in heaven there is no beer. That is why they are drinking all the beer here. Yes, we have there. Because in the Quran we are told that there are 4 drinks that we can find in heaven.
Yes, is correct. In Surah Muhammad, it was mentioned that we have 4 drinks. It's correct here. Let's continue.
The first drink will be the ordinary water that we all know.
Yes.
The clean water. The second one is honey. It will be there abundant as drink for everybody. The third one is milk.
Yes.
And the last one will be the intoxicant, the alcohol.
This is where the problem lies for him. He said intoxicant, alcohol. Yes, there's alcohol mentioned in the Quran, and in that verse it was mentioned. It was quoting, and in some other verses of the Quran that alcohol is in the heaven. But let us say, but where he got it wrong is calling it intoxicant. Oti in Al-Jannah is not intoxicating. The wine in paradise is not intoxicating. So you can now see where his claim led him to.
See the funny thing. We are told that as for the alcohol in this world, when you drink it, you lose your mind. When you take it, you talk anyhow because you are now shameless. You don't care about anything because the mind is not there. But they said that the alcohol in heaven, when you drink it, you begin to fly like an aeroplane.
I say, wow. See this claim. I want. Okay, let me rewind it.
Shameless.
Can see now, when you drink it, you are not shameless. You know, there are some things, there are some names, there are some terms that the Quran uses that are common among us. But whatever thing the Quran says about paradise, even though that name is the same with the name here, it's never the same thing. They call it alcohol, and you have alcohol here. The alcohol you have here is not the same alcohol you will have in the heaven. So if this alcohol here is intoxicating, the alcohol in the heaven is not intoxicating. Even the verse, I'm going to show you the verse very soon now. So you can see now. Let us hear him.
Don't care about anything because the mind is not there. But they said that the alcohol in heaven, when you drink it, you begin to fly like an aeroplane.
Hey!
Quran told you people this.
Babu, no.
You drink it, you fly like an aeroplane, you begin to fly.
I want to believe this person is a Sufi because our fabrication is irony. It's just a lie. He can never prove it from any book, and if it does, it will be a fabrication. So our Sufi, our Qur'an, where this is not what our Quran tells us. I'm going to show the verse now. Let us hear it.
And you believed, yes.
You see now, and you believed. Although there are some things that the Quran might preach, Islam might preach. Only takulaka, you might find it difficult to believe. But once if that thing is true, you just have to believe it. But this is not true.
To fly, and when you are landing, you land on a woman.
Oh yeah.
This is hilarious. You drink alcohol, you fly like a plane.
Yes.
And when you are landing, you land on a woman.
Oh yeah, on a woman. Without specification, on a woman. I'm going to tell you first. Ele do share the page here.
Want to answer this question? Is it true?
Yeah, is it true? That is why I'm making this short video. Is it true? No, it is not true.
I have never heard this before. I'm a Muslim in the house. Please comment. Tell us if this is true. You are not permitted to drink alcohol here, right? But you are permitted to drink alcohol when you get to heaven. So do not sin on this where you are. You need to be holy. You don't need to sin before God so that you can make heaven. So when you eventually make heaven, you are allowed to sin, to drink alcohol, to even womanize.
No. Okay, let me just put it here. want to into deduce from the what this man deduced from that clip is you can now sin, you can drink alcohol. So like it says alcohol now is sin. So once you are drinking it there too, it's a sin. You can humanize there. No, that's not how the Quran put it. Drinking of alcohol there is not a sin because it is not the same alcohol that we drink here, that it is haram, it is forbidden. It's not the same. The only thing that is common among between them is the name alcohol, but the content and any other thing, they are not the same. So it is not humanized. There's in the first place, there's no any narration that when you drink alcohol, you get intoxicated, you fly like a plane, you land on a woman. No, there's something like that. But we have more than more than a wife in the paradise. In paradise, they are all your wives. You are not humanizing. So now let me now just briefly show us some what is it called? Some verses, in the Quran. That mention alcohol or wine. These verses about drinks in Jannah. Not even only wine, about drinks in Jannah. In Quran chapter 76, verse 21, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the Most High said, وَسَقَاهُمْ رَبُّهُمْ شَرَابًا طَهُورًا, and their Lord will give them a pure drink. Whatever thing you are drinking in the paradise will be pure. So even if alcohol is mentioned, you should know that it is the pure type, not the same as the one we found here on earth. So one another verse in Quran chapter 56, verses 18 to 19, Allah said, يُطَافُ عَلَيْهِمْ بِكَأْسٍ مِّن مَّعِينٍ لَا يُصَدَّعُونَ عَنْهَا وَلَا يُنزِفُونَ. They will be served with a cup from a following spring. No headache will they suffer from it, nor will they become what? Intoxicated. So the wine there in the hereafter, in paradise, is not an intoxicant, just as that man ignorantly claimed. You are not a scholar, you are just a random Muslim, and perhaps that might not even have a primary level certificate in Islam, in Arabic or Islamic studies. If you are to ask him now, what's your level? If you want to ask him now, what is his level in knowledge, in the Islamic knowledge, he might not be able to present any legal certificate on Islamic knowledge, even Jadaiyah, that is primary level. And he's claiming, is making this claim. This is not in the Quran. So the khamru, the wine, is not an intoxicant. Another verse, Quran chapter 37, verse 47, Allah says, La fiha ghawlun wa la hum anha yunzafun. That is, it causes no harm and does not make them drunk. It causes no harm to them, just as you do here, that it affects your liver while it's trying to detoxify it over time. No, it causes no harm. وَلَهُمْ عَنْهَا يُنْزَفُونَ, and does not make them drunk. We have other verses like that. Now, the important thing, because I don't want it to be too long, the important thing to note here is that the Quran is very explicit. The features of the wine in dunya are different from the features of the wine of Al-Jannah. In dunya, it causes drunkenness. Al-Jannah, in paradise, no. Here in this world, it can cause you headache. In the hereafter, no. You can lose control, just as the man claimed. You can lose your control here, but in Jannah, you cannot lose your control. Here, it is sinful. It is sinful for you to drink alcohol, wine. There, it is not sinful. Here is what? It is a sin. There it's not sin. But what? It's a pure pleasure in hereafter. But here it is not a pure pleasure. It's a sinful pleasure. So the wine of paradise is symbolic of joy, pleasure, because the Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who told us that we should not come closer to it or drink it here is the same Allah who make it halal, permissible for us in the hereafter. So there it is for reward and pleasure, not an intoxication. So the story about flying high and landing on woman, all these things are not where to be found. So it's just a social media myth. Call it a social media myth. So answering the question of this man, I think his name is Justino Ebos. As you can see him, let's just hear what he says.
No, I don't understand. Is it true? I'm not a Muslim. Please, Muslim in the house, tell us if what this man has just said.
You can see, I don't know his intention, but it's pure here. Is it true? He's hearing it for the first time, and he's finding it difficult to believe. Is it true? You Muslims, before we comment on it, and you not start to tag us or abuse us. This is Muslims that's claiming something that we don't want to believe. You Muslims, come out, defend him or defend him or give support him or attack him, so that before we know the rights.
I'm allowed to drink alcohol here. So when you get to heaven, you're allowed to drink alcohol. In fact, after drinking the alcohol, you fly high. On your landing, you will land on top of a woman. Hey, fine girls in the heaven. God.
See?
Please tell us if this is true or not. Because
you can see the social media, because you are being interviewed, you are being heard, and just open your mouth and say whatever thing that comes out.
A lot of people will want. So how? You say you don't sin on earth so that you can make heaven. Because I beg, is this true? Is it for Muslims alone, or is it also for Christians? It's the same thing. To make we know, because a lot of people heavenly race, they want to make heaven so that.
So just to end with, it is not for. It is not in the Quran, just as it said it, but there are wines that we drink in the hereafter in Jannah, in paradise, but it is not an intoxicant as the man claimed. It's not a sinful act. Now the question he asked now, that is it for only Muslims or the Christians too? Al-Jannah is only meant for Muslims. Al-Jannah is meant for only Muslims. Whether Muslims now, in this era, or Muslims starting from Adam, alayhi salatu wasalam, be the peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. So because all the prophets, they are Muslims, from Adam, Noah, Jacob, Moses, Jesus, up to Muhammad, they are all Muslims. So they are supporters, they are believers, they are students who lived while they were preaching and accept their gospel, or how will I call it, their preaching, then and died on that. They were all Muslims, and Al-Jannah is meant for all of us. But whoever that meets any prophet in his time and disbelieved with that prophet is not a Muslim. Those that believe with Jesus while he was still on earth, Jesus is still alive. We are still coming. That is not. Jesus is still alive. He's still coming back to die. So while Jesus was here on earth, those that believed in him and in his message, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him and died on that belief, we are all Muslims, and they are going to enter Jannah. We are going to enter Jannah together with Jesus, with David, with Solomon, with Adam, with Noah, all of them like that. So it is for only Muslims. But when you say you are not Christian, that means you've deviated. That's just the definition I can just give to what Christianity is now. When you call yourself a Christian now, it means you are not believing in the message of your prophet that you claim you support, which is what is Jesus. So all these things we are saying, the enjoyment in paradise in Jannah is meant for Muslims alone. And who are the Muslims? We are not talking about the Muslims here in this country alone, the followers of Muhammad alone. No, all the Muslims, starting from Adam, because all of them they were Muslims. They were Muslims. But if you call yourself another thing that is not in line with the belief of those prophets from Adam to Muhammad, that person is not meant to enjoy anything, drop of water from Al-Jannah. We have verses and a hadith on that. I don't want to make it too long in this time. We can meet on that just to clear this question and this ambiguity.
I beg, tell us, Muslim in the house, tell us, or if this man is lying, please, just hear what you talk now. Correct this man, if this man is wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong, and it's a lie.
If it's right, or correct him if it's wrong.
So we are not supporting him, we are going against him. It is wrong, and it is not right.